What is up, everybody? Welcome here to Pop Culture Philosophers. Welcome, in fact, to Rockin Robbie Live. How about him? Station one and all. Glad to see you here for Rockin Robbie Live the week before. It was 2 weeks before Halloween. Oh, I get my time mixed up. 2 weeks before Halloween. What's up, everybody? Station. How's everybody doing? This is the show where we talk about movies, comics, pop culture, and a whole lot more. And we got a fun show tonight. First of all, I'll just go ahead and let everybody know, in case you're here for the DC sneak peek, I didn't get my DC book, so there's no DC sneak peek, but there will be reaction and discussion about the DC Fandome type stuff, right? We're going to be reviewing Halloween Kills, and of course, the final Linnea Quigley Horror Fest movie for this year, which is Nightmare Sisters. We're going to be doing top 5 of 1996, talking about our favorite comics of last week. It's going to be a hellaciously awesome show, and I'm excited for you to be here. In fact, thank you all for being here. This has been a really good weekend, a pretty good day. I hope you've had a great weekend. I hope you had a good day. I hope your NFL team won if you follow that. If you follow that stuff. NBA starting this week. So very cool, very cool. Let's see. Lots of people already in the chat. We got Lee D with the super chat. Thank you so much, my man. Yeah, Brandon, how about them Cowboys? What's up, Say What? What's up, Entropy in Comics? What's up, Chamorro? My boy Manny. What's up, Eric? Yeah, what's up, Fargate, man? That was a crazy-ass game. What's up, Nova69, dudes? What's up, Joram? What's up, KB? What's up, Eddie? What's up, Fable? I see Fable up in here. I see Big Herm up in here. What's up, Billy? Yeah, I'm still not committed to Oliver Twist 2. I think it's a little bit derivative. I think we need a rewrite on that one, just so you know. What's up, James? Let's see. Who else is up in here? Lots of people up in here. What's up, Nick? What's up, TM? This show, what's up, Comic Book Therapy? I'm dripping it down. If I missed you, just throw it back up. You'll get a shout out. You know how we do it here. You know, what's up, Mars? You know how we do it here. You know how we do it. What's up, Mark? You know how we do it. Anyway, this show is driven, fueled, if you will, by your questions, your thoughts, your comments, and your concerns. So what do you want to talk about? Get them in right now, because first I got to tell you, you should check us out, our website, popculturephilosophers.com, for podcast, blogs, and a whole lot more. You should follow Pop Culture Philosophers on Facebook and on Instagram. And if you're on Facebook, you might as well join the PCP Army. It's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. You can follow me on Twitter at the Rockin Robbie. You can support the channel just by watching, liking, and sharing. But if you want to go a little bit further, you can drop a super chat just like Lee D did at the beginning of the video, or actually even before the video started. Or you can join us over at patreon.com/PCP, like these fine PCP Patreon patriots right there. Real quick, a few announcements for what's coming up this week. Tomorrow night, join me over at The Experience, link in the description below, where I will be joined by Rex and John from Dynamic Forces / Dynamite Entertainment to talk about comics, and they got some great stuff for sale. We're actually going to be talking about that in just a little bit, right after that stream. And by the way, you can go to dynamicforces.com, and when you purchase Enter Robbie at your cart, it will save you 10%. Tomorrow night, right after that, at 8 p.m. Central Time, here on Pop Culture Philosophers, it's going to be the Satan's Little Helper movie review. This was the winner of the Joe Corallo poll, so of course we're going to be joined by Joe, so join us for that. And then on course for Friday night, we've got PCP Movie Night, 9 p.m. Central Time, The Howling, and a nice 1-2 punch over at Dylan's Horror Show with An American Werewolf in London. That's going to be on Saturday. That's fantastic. 2 fantastic, amazing werewolf movies from 1981. And then, of course, check out my video with Gem Mint Collectibles, the top 10 of the week. This is the second week with the new format, and we'll be talking about that a little bit today, but definitely check out that video. We now pause for official station identification. Of course Mark's gonna dig on An American Werewolf in London, right? All right, everybody, crack your beers. Crack your drink, smoke your bowl, do whatever it is. We're going to have a great show tonight, y'all. This one's for you. Man, I'm drinking that Cheating Heart. Your cheating heart. All right, Lee D with the super chat, $20. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate the support, my man. I think by now you know this man's name. Let me tell you about this little man I know. His name is Hellboy. He was sent to the earth some long time ago to save it or destroy. Brought to this earth by Rasputin, son of a demon and a nun who had sex with the demon, but was raised by Professor Broom. Now he fights those evil and monsters. Shit. And he fights with the man who's a fish named Abe. Now he fights with the fire starter named Liz. And an ectoplasmic mess named Johann BPRD. How about them Cowboys and how about your NFL team? What did they do today or on Thursday night or tomorrow night on a Monday night football? Love them Cowboys. How about it's what they do? All right, that's enough nonsense. What's up, everybody? I'm feeling really good right now because honestly, the Cowboys just won an overtime game, which they probably should have lost because they had a lot of penalties, and also the NFL refused to acknowledge a touchdown that they got, all right, for some fucking reason, and there was just a bunch of bullshit associated to it. But the Cowboys have won 5 in a row to hit 5-1. How'd your NFL team do? And I'm just gonna say this: how about them? How about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? Woo! Beating the Patriots. How are y'all doing? Very excited to be here. Quick word, real quick. We're not going to be doing a Rockin Robbie Live next week. I'll be at Scarefest in Lexington, Kentucky, meeting horror icons and chilling with my girlfriend and lady and enjoying a nice, well-deserved vacation, I will say, for her. And I guess not so well-deserved, but a decent enough vacation for me. And so I will not be here next week, nor will we be here on Halloween night. I know we did a Halloween stream last year, but this year we're not doing it because the Cowboys are playing the Vikings. I hope everybody has a good couple weeks, but when we return 2 weeks from tonight, 3 weeks from tonight. So we're missing 2 weeks, but don't worry. It's worth the wait because I'll go ahead and make the announcement when we return. However, that's actually the wrong graphic. It's Marvel in the 90s, but whatever. This show is driven, fueled, if you will, by your questions, thoughts, and concerns. So what do you want to talk about right now? What's up, Free Energy Evil Bad? Philip Entropy? What's up, TPD? Trade Paper Dad? Yeah, what's up? NFL is rigged, says Billy. Well, that's the problem, though, is I think that the script for Oliver Twist 2 is a bit stiffed. Right? It feels a bit rigged. Feels a little bit, it's a little bit derivative, and I just think we need to go in a different direction, my man. How's everybody? By the way, Station, and I just want to mention something real quick. It was brought to my attention today. Some words that Fable had said on Spine Ticks last night when they had Bad Batch over, and he was like, yeah, Station, it's caught on, it's cool, people think it's cool greeting and whatnot. But Station really means truly be excellent to each other. And And sometimes I think that that's important because we you get into the hype of it, station. But the reason why it all started was because it means that. Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes, right? And sometimes it's easy to focus on the party on part. Trust me. I know what we're talking about, right? Let's party on. But at the same time, we got to be excellent to each other. And as Fable says, we can all do better. So station means be excellent to each other, party on, and do better. Because even when you're the best, you can be better, right? Hey, we got Perry in the house. Perry, I want to talk to you. Perry, how in the hell are you able to do these full movie reactions? It cracks me up. You're like, fuck it, copyright strike? I don't give a shit. We got a copyright strike on the Evil Dead video. Copyright strikes have started happening. No, let me be honest. First of all, I said the wrong word. We have not ever received a copyright strike. Okay, those are the bad ones. We get copyright claims. That's okay. It just means you can't monetize or that they're picking the money. Who cares? It's not about the money when we do PCP, when we have these chats, right? But we got fucking hit again on the Evil Dead review. We got hit on the harshest hit we ever got, actually. The closest we ever came to an actual copyright claim was when we did Shogun Assassin with Bob from Everything Comics. And so I had to cut out the offending parts of the video so we wouldn't have a claim. Perry was dropping reaction videos every 20 minutes. Well, yesterday on for the Fandome, I saw Jim was doing the same thing. I was like, these dudes were just ready. They were like, it's Saturday. I'm gonna make sure I'm at home. I'm gonna film a reaction to everything they fucking drop. I love it. Love it. I heard a lot of people are dropping DC Comics over the gay Superman thing. What do you think on the matter? Well, let's start with a very easy, nice question. Here's what I honestly think. I don't give a shit. First of all, he's not gay. He's bisexual, okay? We don't need any more bi erasure, right? And I think, as Sarah Michelle Gellar said in what was her fucking name in that movie? In Southland Tales. We live in a bisexual nation in denial because of a bunch of nerds. No, I don't give a shit. I honestly don't care that Jonathan Kent is deciding that he's exploring the bisexual stuff, just like I didn't care with the Tim Drake stuff. I just want a good story. Here's the problem to me. So Tim Drake comes out, he's exploring stuff, he's bisexual now. Okay, that's fine. Where's my Tim Drake story? I ain't got it. So is that all that matters, right? Like there should be. Like, I care more about the story. Tim Drake still is and will always be the best Robin, okay? Now, maybe they'll blow me away one day 15 years from now and introduce a new Robin. But Tim Drake's the best Robin. As far as Jonathan Kent goes, I mean, I'm all for that. I don't care. The problem with Jonathan Kent right now is that I just don't like his book. And I love Tom Taylor. I'm loving what he's doing in Nightwing. I'm loving Dark Ages. I love Deceased. I love a lot of what Tom Taylor does. I'm just not digging this Superman Son of Kal-El book at all. It feels too message first and all that kind of stuff. So if I don't mind the bisexual stuff at all. Like that's a real thing. I got plenty of friends that are bisexual. So no, that's fine to me. My problem is the book itself is not good. And I just want the book to be better. That's all. But as far as the bisexual thing, yeah, I don't care about that. I'm totally cool with that. Why would I be upset for Jonathan Kent or Tim Drake to be bisexual when I have friends that are bisexual? It makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Sexuality is something that's way more explored nowadays than it used to be. But we still have to deal with repressive sexuality. So y'all, I cannot stress this enough in any kind of way. This is a weird bit to do, but it's not a bit. It's real. But like do not, if you feel like you're like repressed sexually, you gotta deal with that. You gotta deal with that. Like that's just something we gotta deal with. And there's too much stigma on sensuality and in particular sexuality in America, at least in our society down here in the South for sure. We could all be a lot better and more accepting of the wide ass spectrum there is. But a simple answer is this. No, I don't care if Jonathan Kent's bisexual. That's fine. Just tell me a good Jonathan Kent story. Perry says, yeah, I get claims on the longer reactions. I uploaded them, unlisted them for a few weeks and see if they get blocked or not. Well, most times the claims is that they're not going to block you. They're just going to collect data Bisexual is playing it safe. Bisexual, I think, is... I understand the idea because it's the Kevin Smith movie, Chasing Amy. Where they were like, oh, she's a lesbian. She's like, I'm not a lesbian, right? Basically, she's the Amy Lauren Adams character is... what's her damn name? What's the character's name? Why can I not remember the character's name? Alyssa Jones. Thank you. I had to think of Trisha Jones first. So the sister. Anyway, but she was like, why would I, and I've heard this from friends of mine and former lovers of mine. They were like, why would I narrow myself down to 50% of the population to find true happiness? But whatever. Mark says, I had to turn off the comments on my Jonathan Kent post on Instagram due to the amount of homophobic comments on my post. Well, Mark, I'm sorry, but what'd you expect, bro? I mean, honestly, this is we know what we're dealing with here. Let's see what's going on. Deceased was great. John Kent was written way better than Son of Kal-El. I agree, Zach, 100%. The reason why I was super excited for Tom Taylor to do Superman Son of Kal-El is because I trusted that character in his hands. And I just don't feel like he's delivered. I don't care if Superman's like protesting refugees or climate change or whatnot, but like the idea that Superman didn't like that, come on, that's ridiculous. Joram says G-string helicopter, no repression. I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm all for it. G-string helicopter sounds fucking fantastic. It may be a bad thing, but it sounds good to me. I don't know. Billy wants Wonder Woman to come out with Black Carrie and have a pillow fight. Don't we all? Just watch Slumber Party Massacre with Perry. Check out his full reaction. Well, Superman should have super strong semen that overwhelms human DNA. That's just science. Is that science? We don't know what Kryptonian semen's like. Let's be honest. Do you and Jim split the profits from your weekly reviews? No. The top 10 video is all his, man. All his. But I don't have to edit it, and it's fine. But Jim's obviously got a higher profile than me, so the idea is that maybe that puts me in more eyes, because Jim's got more followers or whatnot. But at the same time, it's just two dudes talking about comics. To be honest, at least in my experience, most of us that like collaborate and do shit like that, we never really even talk about like that. Like, oh, well, you're getting the revenue and this and that. Like, it's just the way it is. I adore Jim Mint. He's a homie of mine. I love chatting with him about comics, and I love that video. Better Halloween costume, square, triangle, circle mask, or contestant 456. Trade paper dad. I don't even know what we're talking about, bro. I don't even get it. I don't even know. All right, as we're waiting on more comments to pile in, we'll go ahead and start into the first 6. We've been going through my Blu-ray collection, and we're going through it again. Like I said last week, Brooks had my Demons 1 and 2, so they were not part of the first 6 and the final 9. But they are today. So we got Demons. If you've never seen the Lamberto Bava film Demons, produced by Dario Argento, I highly encourage you to check it out, as well as Demons 2. That's right. And check out the PCP movie night for Horror Fest that we did just a couple weeks ago with Verno from the Cerebros and Jelani. It was super fun. Next up, we got the Lucio Fulci film, going from Italian horror to Italian horror. This is Don't Torture a Duckling. I'm sure the title sounds better in Italian. But that's the Arrow edition. And now we're hitting our Dracula slate here in the first 6. So we got Horror of Dracula, which is the very first Dracula film with Christopher Lee, who played Dracula more on screen than anybody else. Next up, we got Dracula, Prince of Darkness. I do not have all of the Dracula films from Hammer, but I am only missing 2. If anybody wants to know what those are, it's Dracula AD 72 and it's Brides of Dracula. They're on my wish list on Amazon. But Bracula, was that a crossover with Space Ghost? Dracula, Prince of Darkness, that's the Scream Factory edition. And then we have Dracula Has Risen from the Grave. I love Christopher Lee's Dracula. I just love any Dracula film. Demons, hard pass. I already have a hard time sleeping since Empire. It's probably a wise decision. I'll just say that. Probably a wise decision. Squid Game, Robbie, you gotta check it out. Dominic, I haven't checked that out yet. It's one of those things that was so popular that I'm not trying to say like I'm a super hipster or nothing, but like when a lot of people are into something, I'm usually like, too busy watching Linnea Quigley movies, bruh. Why can't you get this show on 1080p? You can't get this show on 1080p because when I try to stream it in 1080p, it has multiple fucking problems. Or at least it used to on my old computer, so maybe I should actually try that again. But it's more difficult to stream in 1080p for me historically. And I want to give you guys a more fluid like live stream rather than having to deal with issues like dropped frames and shit like that. Hey, officially unofficial geeks here. Love horror films. Hi, Hammer films. Hell yeah. No, I don't have the Abominable Dr. Phibes. I need to get them. I used to have both of them on DVD. That's what it's called, right? Like, what's that old format called? Oats Studio was cool. Yeah, Perry, I use OBS. Now, the thing is, the last time I tried to stream with 1080p, it was on the old machine. Now I'm on the laptop, which honestly is way better than the old laptop. I mean, the old PC I was using. But I haven't actually moved it up to 1080p. Maybe I should. Maybe I should try it. I should do some tests. In the 2 weeks of no Rockin Robbie Live, maybe I should do some tests. As far as the Streamlabs stuff, whenever I have a guest on, or multiple guests, like Comics Revisited, or PCP Movie Nights, or when I have a guest on for Rockin Robbie Live with, I always use StreamYard, which is $50 a month if you want 1080p. And StreamYard is really solid for me for $25 a month, but not for $50. Billy says, I believe there's nothing wrong with being gay, but they are doing this to further destroy a masculine figure in our culture. I don't think they're doing it for that. They're doing it to make noise. That's why they're doing it. They're doing it to make noise. And honestly, I think Tom Taylor just wants to do it because he thinks it's the right thing to do, whatever. At the same time, it's not Superman. But they know that. And they know that the news organizations are going to say, Superman is gay. Not Jonathan Kent, son of Superman, is bisexual. Yeah, which sounds like, I think most people, when they hear that headline, will be like, oh, okay. But when you go, Superman is gay, people are like, what? Call Dean Cain! Robbie admitting that he, at the time, goes against the grain illogically equals refreshing self-awareness. I've been called recently very self-aware, and I take that as a huge compliment. Mark says, I have also done the first 4 episodes of I Know What You Did Last Summer. I actually enjoyed them and really loving the mystery. The mystery? It's the dude with the hook. The first I Know What You Did Last Summer is decent enough for like a Scream ripoff, but like, I don't want to watch that. You let me know if you get all the way through it and you continuously like it. You let me know, because I wasn't expecting much out of the Chucky show and I actually really liked it. The first episode. Yeah, moved from 2008 to 2021. I try, Perry. You know me, man. I'm a little bit older than you, bro. So. Next, you'll say that you haven't seen Tiger King because too many people. I didn't watch Tiger King either. Still haven't. I'm proud of that, actually. You know, the more people talked about Tiger King, the more I was like, I think I'm good. Evil Faced Bad, new Chucky show is funny. You tried it? Yeah, I actually liked the first episode. I thought the kill was stupid as fuck, but I actually thought the story was really good. And I found myself being like, why do I give a fuck about these 14-year-olds? But that's good to me. The Crown is masterful, says Pedro. I've watched the first season of The Crown and really, really liked it. And then I haven't watched the rest of it. There's a Warner Brothers Night of the Animated Dead. Yeah, I've heard about that, James. I covered it here on the wrap-ups, and it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Like, if you want to do an animated Night of Living Dead or something, like, you can do different stories. I would rather an Animatrix Gotham Knight type approach, where they have different stories from different creators, different directors, different animators, telling different stories. Not just like a direct remake in animation, and the animation didn't even look that good when I saw the trailer. So I haven't checked it out. Have you checked it out, James? Is it worth checking out? Let me know. I definitely started collecting DVDs again, says Marco. Everything going to streaming. Gotta have my own, and the price is reaching hundreds for some movies. Yes. Physical media is probably on the way out. But it's still going to be a few years, and we should fight. And we'll always have, I think we'll have, we're already seeing the move into where physical media is going to go. It's going to be kind of like vinyl, where you have these boutiques or these like curated collections by like Scream Factory and Shout Factory, Vinegar Syndrome or Arrow Video, things like that. Warner's Archives, which I've heard is ending. Watch it, dude. They have changed up who they hit with the car. Ooh, it's kind of like in Star Trek Into Darkness, where they're like, what if it was Kirk that died instead of Spock? What if we switched him? Bruh, I don't know, man. You let me know when it's all said and done, Mark, and then I'll believe you. New Batman trailer looked great, says Zach. Yeah, we'll be talking about that. 62 Lefty Blue says, I tend to follow Groucho Marx when he said, I would never want to belong to any group that would have me as its member. What most people don't realize is that the quote didn't end there. The full quote is actually, I would never want to belong to any group that would have me as a member except the PCP Army. And that wasn't even a thought yet. So that was a really prophetic statement from Groucho Marx. Aside from that, I agree. Perry says, Tiger King equals this just can't get any crazier. Then it gets crazier. All right. Figure Drawing says, the Night of the Living Dead 90s reimagining was great. Yeah, I liked it. Tony Todd was in it playing Ben. They changed up the ending a little bit. Tom Savini directed that film, so I actually do like it. I don't own it. I mean, I have a DVD, but I don't own a Blu-ray. I'm sure it's on Blu-ray, right? Fable says, okay, my last shot. Bruh, please watch Squid Game. I just know you'll dig it. It's Korean cinema at its finest, and it's deliciously layered. Guess if I believe anybody, it's going to be Fable. We'll get to it one day, man. We'll get to it one day. After Horror Fest, I think things will calm down as far as time spent consuming media in order to talk about media. But I do want to get more back into graphic novel reviews and advanced reviews and things like that, which I've been missing out on. So you'd be like, yeah, Robbie, it's nice that you watched 4 episodes of Squid Games, but it would be nice to have that advanced review of a comic book that we all missed out on because you didn't do an advanced review. Right? You know, right? You never know. 62 Lefty Blue says, watch the documentary Dig, then watch it with every audio extra. Then you get an idea of how they slant documentaries. Well, documentaries are always going to be done with so whoever is making the documentary will definitely skew it in the way that they want it to, right? Pedro says, do you enjoy horror movies like Midsommar or Hereditary? Love Hereditary. Haven't seen Midsommar. Hereditary we reviewed in May of this week or this year. So like I actually loved it. I thought it was really cool. Can't wait for Rom-Com Fest. Perry, that ain't gonna happen. Last year we did a cruise choice. I think this year I'm thinking about inviting a fellow YouTuber on for like four. Pick four of y'all. Perry will be obviously included. And y'all each pick a movie that we do, right? Something like that. What's up, John? Everyone will be at you to do a Tiger King live. No. Billy says, been watching Heels on Stars. Great show about wrestling. Haven't checked that out. Alex says, would you do a review for 28 Weeks Later, even though it's not as good as 28 Days Later? Eventually, maybe one day, but it's not going to be on the priority list for sure. Dominic says, we appreciate you going to the bat for us on all these reviews, but we cannot deprive you of the Squid Game experience. Okay. Empire says, my sister is a huge horror fan. I'm about to put her on your channel. Hell yeah. And also Dylan's Horror Show. Don't forget about those podcasters. No, I haven't met Linnea yet. That's this upcoming weekend. I am very excited for that. Get to meet Linnea Quigley. Marco, I don't quite get your comment there. I don't understand. What's up, CMA Thunder? How y'all doing? How's everybody doing? We're having a good show already. Lots of great conversation. All right, it's time to look back a little bit. What, out of everything you read that was new last week, was your favorite comic book? In fact, I would put it as, what was your pick of the week? And my pick of the week was Batman the Imposter, issue number 1 from DC Black Label, $5.99, prestige format. This book was awesome. It's written by Mattson Tomlin, who is the screenwriter of the upcoming Batman movie. We just saw the trailer yesterday. That looked amazing. Andrea Sorrentino and Jordi Belair on the artwork. Oh my goodness. I love this movie. It's a very simple story. It's a Batman 3 years into his career. He's dealing with some pushback from, say, the 1% of Gotham. Because yeah, the mafia, the freaks, and all that stuff, they don't want a Batman around there, and they're messing with him. But in this one, what happens is that the super rich and elite of Gotham decide that this dude's messing up their stuff, and so what happens is they get a dude to dress up as Batman and kill people on camera, basically framing him. This was amazing. Andrea Sorrentino's artwork really helps just make this go over the top for me. I also just appreciated a dark, gritty, solid Batman story focusing on Bruce. Of course, since it's from Mattson Tomlin, we're getting a little bit into the psychology of what he's going to be doing with Bruce Wayne in the upcoming Batman movie. And then you got Andrea Sorrentino and Jordi Belair. Amazing composition. Beautiful line work. Just absolutely fantastic stuff. Look at that page right there, y'all. Like, print that up, put it in a poster frame, hang it on my wall. I loved this book. And yes, there are too many Batman books. Yes. But this book was freaking awesome. It was great. It hit, it slapped, and it's only 3 issues. I thought it was awesome. I want to know, what did you think of Batman the Imposter, issue number 1? And it wasn't just my pick of the week. It was also Jim Mint's pick of the week. Lots of people's favorite book this week. This book slapped. What did you think of this? And what was your favorite? What was your pick of the week? I want to know. I really want to know. Hey, what's up, Bob? How about them Cowboys? Looking good. Excuse me. Looking good. Looking tough. Going back to see what people said. Empire says, Batman the Imposter was the pick of the week. Perry says, Batman the Imposter, hands down. Read it 3 times with my girlfriend. It's so good. Hell yeah. Steve says, May's book, issue number 2. Hell yeah. Zach says, Batman the Imposter, but May's book number 2 was fantastic as well. Chamorro says, May's book number 2. Have I watched any of the For Love of Comics videos? He did a fun stream today going over all the Eisner. No, I have not ever checked that out. Pedro says, The Me You Love in the Dark, issue number 3. A really great book from a couple weeks ago. 62 Lefty Blue says, Norse mythology always delivers and enjoyed the one-shot ERET. Eric says, Me's book number 2. Evil Face Bat says, Justice League The Last Ride. It was really good. Yeah, I really liked it too. Kirby says, my pick of the week was The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina number 9. Good to have that title back. Yeah, but for how long? Let's get some Afterlife with Archie back, please. CMA says, based on your review, I bought the book and loved it. Thanks. Well, glad you liked it. Officially Unofficial Geek says, The Imposter and Future State Gotham were my favorites so far. I still have a bunch of reading, sadly. Okay. Hell yeah. Fair enough. Philip says, artwork on Batman the Imposter took the cake for me. What's May's book about? May's book is about a dude whose daughter died from cancer 10 years before, and he's been kind of trapped in this rut of routine and despair, and all of a sudden he gets a phone call one night, and it sounds like it's his daughter, and that she's lost in a maze, and she used to be really into mazes when she was sick in the hospital, and it's a really interesting thing with some really amazing artwork. Empire says, where are you guys finding these girls who like to read comics with you? All the ones around here just want to go to bars and do drugs. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. You got to have a nice balance. Is Batman the Imposter a prequel to the Batman movie? It might be a sequel. I mean, it's pretty much, it feels like it's 100% set in that world, but they're not calling it as such, which is awkward, but it's obviously the costume, it's the writer. Feels like the world, but we're in the omniverse, so it could be whatever. I guess it could just be whatever. Just waiting for Primordial number 2. Me too, Alex. That's going to be a really cool book. Officially Unofficial Geek says, I'm a girl that reads comics with my boyfriend. Now here's the thing, my lady reads comics, but she don't read them with me. Like, how do you read a comic with someone? Do you read it out loud? Do you act it out? How do you do that? Now, women like comics too. Tons of them. Eddie reminds everybody to smash that like button. That's right. It really helps us out, especially while we're live. Lets everybody know, including YouTube, that this is the hippest, joinest, coolest place to be. Joinest? Whatever. Look at John like hollering out at everybody. Well done. Well done. Yeah, whenever the pick of the week is going to be a Batman book, I really question myself. But I always pick for the pick of the week the book that I enjoyed the most and the book that I think is easiest for people to kind of jump into. Top 5 Bendis stories of all time? Well, this sounds like a good one to put together one day. But Off the Dome, Torso, Jinx, Powers, Volume 1, Goldfish, and Ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah, that's a good top 5. We'll just say that. Yes, Ice Cream Man number 26 is this week. We'll be talking about what's coming up this week here in just a minute. John says, Halloween Kills was brutal. Sorry we missed you, Robbie. No worries, John. I did get a chance to watch it, and we'll be talking about it later on in the show. My thoughts. Billy says he makes his girlfriend dress up like Batwoman sometimes. That can backfire on you. Watch out. Ken says, I read comics with my sons out loud. We do different voices for the characters. That's awesome. Station. Bob from Everything Comics says, Daredevil End of Days. That's a good Bendis story, too. I think it's all right. I like his regular run on Daredevil better than that. But it's all right. It's all right. It's not too bad. Mike says, I dug the first volume of Bendis' Scarlet. Volume 2 was a bit let down. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree 100%. See, we got the Steelers and the Seahawks playing. There's no score flashing on the screen right now. Man, how about them Cowboys? I was worried quite a few times in that game. Oh, it's still 0-0. Well, that was a good catch. That was a good catch. All right, we'll be taking a look at what's coming up in shops here in just a minute. Thoughts on Strange Academy? I live in New Orleans and can't wait for there to be a show on Disney+. I really like Strange Academy. I think it's one of Marvel's best books right now. Robbie, any thoughts on No Time to Die? Haven't watched it yet. Paul says, Torso is the best Bendis, but Alias is pretty damn good as well. I agree. That's a pretty solid one. Tim wants to know, did everybody vote on Bueller and Bob's Comic Book Wars? Eddie wants to know if the Mark Waid, Chris Samney Daredevil run is worth getting. I like it. I like it a lot. It's a different take on Daredevil. It's more 60s, meaning it's a little bit more free-flowing and happy, but it's still good. Bob says, I read Righteous Thirst for Vengeance and Firepower last night, slowly going through my backlog of books. Still need to read. So much good comic book content, and I hate being so far behind on it. Don't worry, now you're just a backlog, bro. What's a backlog, bro? Okay, I got it right. You've talked me into No One Left to Fight, Volume 1, and Kazar 2 didn't like issue number 1. Okay. Imposter is the first appearance of Robert Pattinson in the Batman comics. Okay, maybe. It might be officially, or it's just another version of him in the DC multiverse. But yeah, there's a moment here. It's straight up Mike. It's straight up him. Where's that moment? Let me find it. Have some patience as I look for this single image that I want to bring up. Oh, artwork in this is amazing. Man, there's one piece in particular I'm trying to find where it's like, yeah, that's Robert Pattinson. Yeah, right there. When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. Mike says, were there football games today? As a Lions fan, I tend to block Sundays out altogether. Damn. Randy says, does the main character in Rightful Thirst for Vengeance look like Wong from the MCU? Yes. Yes, he does. Strange Academy is a series of miniseries, I believe. I think they're doing like a semester 2 or some shit. About the Waid run, Bob says, the Waid run was a lot of fun. He departed from the dark, gritty, noir type stuff that just about every writer has taken since Miller's run, so it was a lot of fun and refreshing. Plus Samney. Absolutely. John says, I will keep from saying anything about Halloween Kills since you are going to talk about it later, but the music was amazing. Music was good. Yeah, that's straight up Pattinson in there. John says, my only complaint about your live show is not enough MCR. Well, that changed a little bit tonight. I hope so. All right, time to take a look at what's coming up in shops this week. Like I said, no DC sneak peek, so we'll get to that. But from Image Comics, we have Ant #1, a brand new iteration of the character by Eric Larson, solely by Eric Larson, so we'll check that out. Gunslinger Spawn #1. Hellcop #1. His name is Hellcop. Ice Cream Man #26. King Spawn #3. 2 Spawn books in 1 week. Come on, Todd. Slow it down. We're all happy for you, but slow it down. Nightmare Blog #1. Oh, and a complete Paper Girls and trade paperback for $50. That's really nice. From Dark Horse, we We got Critical Role, Tales of Exandria, number 1. Killer Queens, number 3. Masters of the Universe Revelation, number 4. And Orville Artifacts, number 1. And Savage Hearts, number 4. And Tales from Harrow County, Fairfolk, number 4. And Dungeons & Dragons Mindbreaker, number 1. Nope, that's IDW. That's from IDW. Also Bermuda, number 4. My Little Pony Generations, number 1. Sleeping Beauties, number 7. Star Wars Adventures, Ghosts of Vader's Castle, number 5. Star Wars Adventures, number 11. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 122. Usagi Yojimbo, The Dragon Bellow Conspiracy, number 5. From Marvel Comics, we get The Death of Doctor Strange, number 2. Fantastic Four, 37. What else? Phoenix Song, Echo, number 1. Yeah, we'll see. Star Wars High Republic, number 10. Thor, number 18. United States of Captain America, number 5. Trial of Magneto, number 3. From Dynamite, we have Betty Page and the Curse of the Banshee, number 5. I believe that's the final issue. We have Purgatory, number 1, a brand new mini-series, or series, I should say. Red Sonja, Black, White, and Red, number 4. So some good ones from Dynamite. From Boom Studios, we have Dune, House Atreides, number 11. The penultimate issue. Ether Rich, issue number 3. Ma, number 2. And that super awesome slipcase edition of Something is Killing the Children with a price of $69.99, dudes. Pretty freaking cool. From other publishers, Aftershock, for instance, we have Beyond the Breach, number 4. We have Black Beacon, number 3. Clans of Bellari, number 4. Fight Girls, number 4. Gun Honey, number 2. Porcelain, number 3. Not All Robots, number 3. Possessive, number 3. And Tales of Terror, Halloween Special. That's from Xenoscope, written by our good friend Jay Sandlin. And it's going to be set at a theme park. And it's an anthology book. All the stories are written by Jay. And they all involve a different ride. I think that's a cool idea. Like I said, though, no DC sneak peek this week because I haven't gotten our DC books yet. But from DC, we have Batman 115, Batman Secret Files, Peacekeeper 01, number 1. We got Batman vs. Bigby, A Wolf in Gotham, number 2. Batman Catwoman, number 8. Black Manta, number 2. Catwoman, number 36. Catwoman Lonely City, number 1, new DC Black Label book. Completely done by Cliff Chang. Excited for that. Green Lantern, number 7. Nightwing, 85. Nubia and the Amazons, number 1. Refrigerator Full of Heads, number 1. The sequel to Basket Full of Heads. Shazam, number 4. Suicide Squad, number 8. Superman Son of Kal-El, number 4. And Flash 775. So that's what's coming up this week. What are you most looking forward to? Let us know in the chats. And we'll be right back after this quick break. What's up, everybody? Welcome back here to Pop Culture Philosophers. In fact, welcome to Rockin Robbie Live. It's the show where we gather on Sunday nights live and talk about movies, pop culture, comic books, and a whole lot more. We've already done some really cool stuff talking about our favorite comic books of last week, looking ahead at what's coming up in this week. In this segment, we got reactions to DC Fandom. We're going to be previewing the comics available for sale tomorrow night on The Experience with me, Rex, and John, and Dynamic Forces. And I will be giving my thoughts on Halloween Kills in a non-spoilery manner, including my rating. But it is a film I'll revisit because we're doing the entire Halloween franchise at the end of Horror Fest. So, speaking of Horror Fest, what we got coming up this week? First of all, tomorrow, 5 p.m. Central Time, over at The Experience. Join me and Rex and John from Dynamic Forces and Dynamite Entertainment. Some great comics are for sale. We'll be announcing the winner of the Comic Collectibles Preview Show. Right after that, at 8 p.m. Central Time, here on the channel, Satan's Little Helper. That's right, the winner of the Joe Corallo edition PCP Horror Fest movie poll. Joe will be joining us for that stream. Friday night, we've got The Howling. That's 9 p.m. Central Time for PCP Movie Night. And then Dylan's Horror Show on Saturday with An American Werewolf in London. And don't miss out on the latest Top 10 Comics of the Week show with Jim Mint Collectibles over at Jim Mint Collectibles. And you know what? For no good reason whatsoever, I just feel in the mood. Let's just sing the Hellboy song again. Let me tell you about this little man I know. His name is Hellboy. He was sent to the earth some long time ago to save and or destroy. Brought to this earth by Rasputin, son of a demon and a nun who had sex with the demon, but was raised by Professor Broom. Now he fights those evil and monsters. Shit. And he fights with a man who's a fish named Abe. Now he fights with a fire starter named Liz. And an ectoplasmic mess named Johan. BBLD, yeah! Riboflavin. That was fun. That was a gift from me to you, so thank you so much. What is up, everybody? Bring a score to Sunday night. It's still 0-0. Still 0-0. Or are you saying the Hellboy song is the score to Sunday night? Okay, I get what you're saying. Perry says, I think I'm going to be on Dylan's horror show this week. Great romantic horror movie. She's so damn hot. It is closer to a rom-com than anything else you've seen. Except for maybe, have you watched Slumber Party Massacre 2 yet? Yeah, very excited for that. There is a chance I will not be on Dylan's show this weekend. It all depends on how the internet is at the Airbnb that me and Jamie are at, because it's going to be in Kentucky, and it's going to be Big Lebowski themed. So I'm anticipating that means that hopefully they'll have a bottle of Kahlua and some vodka there, right? Maybe. No comic book therapy. I've not been able to read Newburn #1. In Hellboy 2, the German smoke guy was voiced by Seth MacFarlane. Yes, Johans. Yeah. Peter Griffin and Stan Smith were in Hellboy 2. You could say that, sure. You could say that. He's an ectoplasmic mess. named Johann. BPRD. Hey, hey. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Yeah, Papa, I did watch Halloween Kills. In fact, at the end of this segment, I'll be reviewing it in a non-spoilery way. But I watched it this morning. All right. Let's go ahead and start talking about it. You know what I want to talk about. It's time to talk about DC Fandom. Let's do it. I want to know your opinions. What was the hypest thing that you saw? Now, I didn't watch every single little bit. I know there's an Aquaman series that looked dumb. There's a Catwoman series that I haven't checked out. I didn't check out the behind the scenes on Shazam, but what I did check out, of course, was the Batman trailer. Come on, y'all. This Batman trailer was dope as fuck, man. I loved it. I loved the music. I love the way the costume looks. I cannot believe that's Colin Farrell as Penguin. The ending when he the Batmobile comes through the fire and he chases up on the Penguin and flips him over and he's just walking towards him. Oh my goodness. Zoe Kravitz looks like she is going to be totally worth it as Catwoman. And it looks like they're going to make the Riddler scary. Then we had the Flash little teaser. I love at the beginning of it, Ezra Miller's like, yeah, we don't have enough footage for a trailer or a teaser, so we'll just show you this. Bruh, that was a fucking teaser. So we get to see the new costume. It looks all right. Something's off about it, but it looks all right. We obviously get the impression through the little tease that Barry has gone to a different universe where his mother is still alive and Michael Keaton is Batman. But notice in the background there, another version of Barry as the Flash and a Supergirl. What is that? Interesting. And then, of course, the trailer was pretty much narrated by Michael Keaton's Batman, and then you see just the back of his head at the end, and they don't even have the balls to show us the damn fucking Batmobile, even though we know what it looks like. Then the Black Adam first look is basically the awakening of Black Adam. Looked freaking awesome. Oh my God, it looked amazing. And I am down for this movie because I was really worried. I was like, what? Let's just put The Rock as Black Adam and as the villain in Shazam 2 or whatever. Nah, give him his own movie. That looks pretty dope. And then the Peacemaker, come on. The Peacemaker trailer. The show looks awesome. You know, I like the Suicide Squad, but I thought it was okay. But Peacemaker is definitely someone I liked the most in the movie. And I'm pumped for this series. We got Vigilante. Vigilante looks great. The show looks like it's got this ridiculous sense of humor. And it seems like it's going to work. But it's going to have some heart as well. Then I did check out the Aquaman first look. It wasn't really like a teaser or anything like that. You just got to see a little bit of behind the scenes footage. But yeah, major props for the blue camo suit coming back. And Black Manta looks dope as fuck. Black Manta looks dope as fuck. So all in all, I thought DC Fandom was pretty awesome this year. What'd you think about it? Let's look at the comments. What'd you think about that Batman trailer? What'd you think about Black Adam and Flash? What'd you think about Peacemaker? What'd you think about Aquaman? What'd you think about Shazam? What'd you think about any of it? Let us know. I don't care what happens to me. Do you think Marvel should have more explicit content with certain titles? Alien is the only comic I've seen where they don't censor the language as much, but it's still lacking in terms of gore. I would say no, because historically, for me at least, when Marvel seems to try to go for a hard R, it just seems soft. It just seems not good. Eddie says, Twilight Batman looks dope. Perry says, Batman, fire, 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 fire. Okay. Batman walking through the fire was sick. Yes, it was. I think the Aquaman cartoon looked fun. Okay, fair enough. Officially Unofficial Geek, she says, I watched the whole Fandom. Does that mean I'm boring? Maybe, but it's only boring if you think it's boring. Todd says, Batman trailer. Zoe! Yeah, Zoe looks... I'm ready for that. I am ready for that. DC Patrol says, I'm excited for everything. Mike says, Black Adam and the Flash look sweet. Batman looks cool, but not a Pattinson fan because Sparkly Vampire. Yeah, but you should check out some of his other films he's done since then. 62 Lefty Blue says, Black Adam. Hell yeah. Black Adam was great. Yeah, and DC Patrol Black Manta looks sweet, y'all. Jay Nunya says, I like CW Flash better than DCEU Flash. Fair enough. 62 Lefty Blue says, everybody did. Not me. Not me at all. Hullshoe says, Flash teaser was dope as hell. Hell yeah, Keaton. John liked that Flash teaser as well. Mark says, I'm most stoked for Flash after hearing Michael Keaton's voice. All they gotta do is just show you the voice. Big Llama says, just popped in to say hello and station. DC Patrol says, my favorite announcement is Teen Titans Go meets DC Superhero Girls. I didn't even know about that. Mark says, Peacemaker looks hilarious. I agree. It looks freaking hilarious. The bit where he's driving the car with the American flag on it, he's got the goddamn eagle hanging out the fucking door. You know, like, this eagle's hanging out the fucking side of this passenger side door like he's, you know, hanging out in his best friend's ride. I fucked up. I was trying to do a TLC thing, no scrubs, but I fucked it up. Aside from that, though, the bit at the end where the eagle hugs him. I want an eagle. DC does this fandom shit because they won the weekend, right? Jay says, the Black Adam movie's going to have Hawkman, Dr. Fate, and other superheroes and villains. Yeah, and that's really freaking exciting. Officially Unofficial Geek says, I am so into the Batman trailer. It was fantastic. Pattinson has got the potential to be one of the best Batmans. I agree. But who's your favorite Batman? Live action Batman. Live action. Kevin Conroy's too easy. Who's your favorite live action Batman? Throw it in the chat right now. Mine's Christian Bale. We've done this before, but we got some new people here. I want to hear it. Marco says, the best superhero movie lineup last seen in a long time. I love the dark direction they're taking in the Batman. Me too. There is no R in Marvel. There is no law for the rich. There is no R in Marvel. That's her very famous lines from Law and Order. Batman walking through the gunfire gave me Vader. But I just love the bit where, like, fucking damn, what's his name? What's his fucking name? Bullseye? It's not Bull. Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell's like, I got you. And then the Batmobile shows up and it just speeds up and he flips him over. Bruh. And he's just walking towards him. I'm so damned excited. Ooh. Dun, 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, it's got the Vader music. They're used to they're kind of using like a mixture of the Vader music and the Imperial March and Danny Elfman's score. They're like mix bum bum ba dum dun. But the cool here's the thing too. You know me, and I'm tired of this whole like thing that they're doing now, where they just take like a popular song and slow it down and do like a cinematic version of it. And they do that with Nirvana, of course, here, but they did that to more effect in the last one, but I'm pretty cool with that, too. Something's in the way. Yeah. I loved it. It gave me chills, y'all. It gave me chills. Bob says, the Batman trailer made me even more excited for that movie. I mean, heart on fire, heart on fire, heart on fire, bullseye in the target. 4 exclamation points. DC's been hard to get into comic book wise, says Papa. Recommend some DC comics, modern DC comics that you can easily jump into. I think, if we're talking about DC superheroes, Swamp Thing's one of the best. Catwoman's been good, but Ron V's about to drop off of it. What else is good, y'all? I think Batman's been good, actually. I'll approve that, John. All right. We asked everybody who their favorite that Batman felt so Nolan. A little bit more violent, though. I think they're really going to get into the idea of him inflicting violence out. There's this moment in the trailer just wailing on someone, and like Selena like looks at him like, bruh, like, calm fuck down, bruh. Dun 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 dun. And the best part, dialogue wise, in that damn trailer, you see that light in the sky. It's not a signal. It's a warning. Come on. Peacemaker's dad is the T-1000. Yes, Robert Patrick. Also in The Cool Surface with Terry Hatcher. We talked about that in Backchat on Friday night. Dun, 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 dun. It is the Batman song and the Imperial March kind of mixed together in it. But then you got Nirvana. All right, here's the discussion. Your favorite on-screen live-action Batman. My pick is Bale. DC Patrol says Keaton. John Holshoe says Keaton times 1,000. Mike says Bale. James says Keaton. John says anybody that disagrees can eat a bag of wieners. You know, I've eaten a bag of wieners before. Cocktail sausages are great. By the way, use your barbecue sauce. Get it a little bit spicy and use grape jelly and use Welch's. Come on, brah. Ronnie says Bale. Eric says Bale. Jay says Kevin Conroy. That's not live action. He did play a live action Batman, actually, didn't he? And the Crisis on whatever the fuck. The Crisis on the CWs. John says Keaton is my Batman. Zach says Christian Bale. Empire says I have to go Affleck only because he looked the most comic accurate. Marco says, after watching the trailers, I left like RoboCop having his flashbacks hooked up to the chair. Yeah. Hell yeah. Comic Book Therapy says, gotta be Bale. Mark says, if Jelani was here, he would say Ben Affleck is the best Batman. Yeah, you know it. Officially Unofficial Geek says, Keaton is my favorite live-action Batman. Evil Face Bad says, Keaton and Affleck. Bale was good enough, though. Hell yeah. JT says Affleck. Eddie says, watch out, you'll get a copyright strike. Dun, 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 bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. I fucking dare him. I should have said that. I shouldn't have said that. Where are we at? Oh, I just dropped a bunch of... Oh, where are they at? Something in the way. Yeah, the problem is, Geek, is that when it doesn't work, like in the Resident Evil fucking trailer where it doesn't work, Steve likes Keaton. Philip says Bale. American Psycho. Love that movie. Bob from Everything Comics says Black Adam trailer sold me. Just seeing Pierce Bronson holding the helmet of Naboo that left. What? When the fuck did we see that? I didn't see that. Did I miss that? I watched it on my phone, but then I watched it again this afternoon. I did not. When the fuck did we see Pierce Bronson holding the goddamn Fate helmet? Was it just a picture? What's been going on? Oh, Nightwing. Nightwing's a really good book. Action Comics. Yeah, I like that one. Something. Something. That song's been stuck in my head all week, and I finally get it out now. Of course, here we go. William says Adam West. Prime says Bale is Bruce. Everything Comics says Batman. Bruce Wayne is a Michael Keaton. Batman action. I hate to say it, but what little we get out of Batfleck, I think, is the best Batman live actions we've gotten. James says Adam West. Paul agrees Adam West. Mark with Bale. S. Vaughn 82 with Keaton. Eating chili dogs? Hell yeah. Not a bag of them, though. Yeah, a bag of chili dogs. You may not make it through Monday morning. Have you ever worked from Disney? No. Jelani used to work at Disney, though. It was in the Black Adam teaser. I do not remember seeing Pierce Bronson holding a fucking Fate helmet. What the fuck? The Fandome intro thing shows Pierce and Hawkman, teases more stuff. It was before the teaser, says John. Well, I'm getting conflicting reports, but I do not remember seeing Bronson with that. Bronson was in the intro before the trailer started. Okay. Eddie says, I worked at Disney. It sucked. Jelani worked at Disney. He was short enough to be Mickey Mouse apparently one time. Something in the way. It's got fucking stuck in my head again, y'all. That being said, DC Fandome is actually a really cool thing because it gets us hyped. This is the second year in a row where it's gotten us fucking hyped for DC movies, y'all. DC looks like they could be turning a corner, but the biggest news that nobody's talking about, the most exciting news that we all wanted, was the official announcement of Wonder Woman 3. Alistair, my sweet baby boy, you don't have to wish for me to love you. The fuck? Chili dogs, Skyline Chili, a Midwest thing, says Ron. Chili dogs are an all-around thing. I like my chili dogs with the beans and the meat and the sauce, the chili sauce. And I like it with a mustard, like a yellow mustard. Plockman's my favorite, the one that looks like a barrel. And some chopped up onions, my man. And a little bit of cheese. Come on, man. A little bit of sharp-ass cheddar cheese. Come on, man. Two different trailers for Black Adam. They sold me, though. All I needed to see was him just, like, grab a dude by the throat. Like, there's something, like, it doesn't matter. Like, I love this shit. When a character in a movie grabs someone by the throat and lifts them, like, that's just the coolest fucking shit to me. I wish I could do that. I also liked Kane, the wrestler. Surprisingly enough. Because something's in the way. I'm in a singing mood tonight. Any special requests? We had some fastball requested a few weeks ago. Do you think they'll use the Flash movie to try to make sense and fix the DCEU? Not fix it, I don't think. But basically try to be like, oh, it's a multiverse. We can do whatever we want. We're in an omniverse. That's what they'll try to do. Fastball. I'll be the rain on and on your fire escape. And I may not be the man you want me to. Some 9 Inch Nails? Ooh. With the teeth. I was up above it. The thing about 9 Inch Nails, and I love 9 Inch Nails, and I think The Fragile is one of their best albums, but I still will always go to Pretty Hate Machine as being the one that I will listen to all the damn time. Robbie, sing anything Scar from The Lion King. I don't have that. Be prepared. There you go. Sing Oasis. Do you know what I mean? We get a super chat. I'm doing it. I fucking love that song, Mark. Oasis is one of my favorite bands. Oasis, Blur, The Clash, The Cure. Bruh, my favorite music comes from your home country. What's the first lyric? And do you know what I mean? It's stepping off the train all alone at dawn, right? Pretty sure. Yeah, stepping off the train. Okay. As long as I know the first, we can do it. We get a super chat. Any super chat. We'll do it. Sing Tender. Tender is the night, flying by your side. Tender is the touch, someone that you know too much. Tender is the day, the demons go away. Lord, I need to find someone who can heal my mind. Come on, come on, come on, everybody. Get through it. People don't know what the hell I'm doing. That's a good pick, DC Patrol. Tinder's a fucking amazing song. Yeah, I think I said fall too much. I meant love. You know how it goes. Oh, I want to do some Oasis, though. Black Parade already did it, William. Look at all these people knowing Tinder. That's awesome. I love it. Tender is the day, the demons go away. I love Damon Albarn, anything he does. I was singing with you with the keyboard. Hell yeah. I would love to hear something from Sandinista. Oh. When Ivan meets G.I. Joe. When Ivan meets G.I. Joe. Ring, ring, 7 a.m. Move yourself to go again. Cold water in your face brings you down to an awful place. A.M. the mush and the P.M. too. Turning out that boogaloo. Yeah. That's all you're getting. You're starting to lose viewers, Robbie. It always happens when I sing. It's okay, though. It's okay. We just do it for the fun of it, right? We just do it for the fun of it. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. All right, so join us over at the EXP tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Central Time. Because, first of all, we'll be announcing the winner of the latest contest. You're going to get at least $50 in retail value of a Virgin variant cover from Dynamite. TM Nerdy won the last one. Sacred 6 cover. Super hot. So go find the video that I released Friday afternoon that has this thumbnail on it. Go and at least just leave a comment on it. You'll be entered to win the contest. We'll be announcing that tomorrow night. And I do got to say that things are different now. They're changing up, and you want to be there early tomorrow night because Nick has got some fantastic deals that are only going to be available for the first I think 20 to 30 minutes of that stream. Let me go ahead and show you some of the stuff that's going to be available for sale, for offers, and just, y'all, there's some really good stuff here. So, first up, there's the Dynamite 10-pack, 10 random Dynamite comics for only $5. 62 Lefty Blues has been picking up some of these for AOKs. That's a great idea. We got a Silver Surfer Black #1 signed by Donnie Cates. We got a Suicide Squad King Shark #1 signed by Tim Seeley. We got DC Nation #0 signed by Brian Michael Bendis. We got a Secret Invasion #1 Midtown exclusive signed. Where's the Dynamic Forces exclusive? It's an exclusive cover signed by John Romita Sr. That's dope. We got a Joker 80th Anniversary Remarked Edition by Ken Hazer. J. Michael Straczynski, The Twilight Zone, Francisco Francavilla, limited variant cover. Masks, the red ink cover. Batman Superman signed by Scott Williams, legendary inker of Jim Lee. Star Wars, it's a Yoda, Baby Yoda sketch. I cannot remember the artist's name, but that's going to be available. We got a Star Wars signed by Greg Land. We got Evil Ernie with the green inked variant. Spider-Gwen, look at this one, y'all. This one, I love this one. Beautiful remarked edition of Spider-Gwen by Ken Hazer. Then we got Hack Slash meets Chaos by Ken Hazer. We're going to have a Batman and the Signal #1 signed by Scott Snyder. World War Hulks, that's Incredible Hulk 611 signed by Greg Pak. A Vampirella Red Ink limited edition. Challengers of the Unknown #1 CGC graded 5.5 Jack Kirby goodness. Then we got Tales of Suspense 58. Is that 58? I think it's 58. Fantastic. 4.0 CGC. And then they're doing this starter pack for a more high-dollar collectible. This is going to have a Remark, Champions #1 by Ken Hazer. Look at the miles there. It's going to also include a signed Mark Waid Spectre comic book, as well as a CGC, not that one. CGC Wonder Woman Rebirth 9.6. We're also got some other CGC books. This one right here, Spider-Gwen 9.8, and the Detective Comics 9.6. So always good stuff available over at the EXP. The Experience. Join us tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Central Time. Drop a station. We're doing another contest there too. So, it pays to win. Pays to win? It pays to be involved in those shows because you can win easily, I should say. Do I know any Tool? If I had to sing Tool, all I would do is go, I know the pieces fit because I watch them follow. Fuck. I'd do that, or I'd be like, see you down in Arizona Bay. Oh, Rock the Casbah. Perry says, some people can't handle Chris vocals. Oh, look at... Oh, Mark. He had the special request. He came through with the super chat. First of all, we got to do a little bit of something. All right, thank you so much, Mark. We really do appreciate it. You ready for this, then? I want to try it. Here is Oasis. Do you know what I mean? One of my favorite Oasis songs. No, obviously there's no music, but here we go. Step off the train all alone at dawn, back into the hole where I was born. Sun in the sky never raised an eye to me. Blood on the tracks and it must be mine. Fool on a hill but I feel fine. Don't look back 'cause you know what you might see. I look into the wall of my mind's eye. I think I know, but I don't know why. The questions are the answers you might need. Yeah, my favorite line. Coming in a mess, going out in style. I ain't good looking, but I'm someone's child. No one can give me the air that's mine to breathe. I met my maker, I made him cry. And on my shoulder he asked me why. His people won't fly through the storm. I said, hey, listen up, man, they don't even know you're born. Everybody! All my people right here, right now. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Come on. All my people right here, right now. I wish I had a harmonizer. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Come on. I don't really care for what you believe, so open up your fist or you won't receive the thoughts and the words of every man you'll need. Get up off the floor and believe in life. No one's ever gonna ask you twice. Get on the bus and bring it on home to me. Everybody! I met my maker, I made him cry. And on my shoulder he asked me why. His people won't fly through the storm. I said, hey, listen up, man, they don't even know you're born. Ooh. So all my people right here, right now, you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Come on. Well, all my people right here, right now, you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Come on. All my people right here, right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Come on, man. Motherfucking Oasis. How about them Cowboys and Oasis? Thank you so much. Rod says, Robbie, you're like me. You get skinny, get fat, get skinny again. Now I'm trying to get fucking fat again so I can get skinny again. Does that make sense? Blurpy with a $5 super chat. Fly, Eagles, fly. Cowgirls still suck. Love your channel. Thank you so much. Let me tell you about this little man I know. His name is Batman, but not the Batman from the NES. He's the Batman that likes to have all the sex. You know what? He's got a very hot Catwoman who is sometimes leaning on him, wondering what he wants to get up to, but all he wants to do is go and find out some clues. Man, Batman, have you had sex yet? I think he has, but some could argue that he is a virgin still. I don't know about that. Some would say that Robert Pattinson is the sexiest Batman, but I would disagree, and you may call me loony, but it's George Clooney. He's the sexiest Batman, George Clooney, you know. That salt and pepper hair, come on, don't you dare ever disagree when it comes to the handsome Batman. Bruce Wayne, please, yeah. One, two, three, 4, 5, 7, 6. A blasphemy, but so you say. I'm feeling myself too much tonight. We got to rein this in. We got to rein this in, y'all. We got a show to do. Anyway. Thank you for the super chats. Robbie with those fire freestyles. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Why am I singing with Robbie, says Ron. You better rock on to Electric Avenue. Come on. John says, wish to God Liam and Noel would put their differences aside. They will for a few $1 million. I've seen Noel, never seen Liam, never got to see Oasis. But I have seen Noel and the High Flying Birds, and it was a religious experience. I saw it at the Ryman Auditorium, by the way, in Nashville. Just look it up. I basically was standing in front of a church pew. It was amazing. Bring that shit to the next level. Mark says, fuck, this is good. Oasis is one of my favorite bands. Me too, brother. Hell yeah. And On My Shoulder. Yeah, hell yeah. That's a good song. Be Here Now is my first album of theirs and got me an Oasis. Nice. My first album was actually definitely Maybe. Live Forever was played here in the States on MTV all the time, and I was instantly fascinated with that song. Live Forever is still on record as being my favorite song of all time. Officially Unofficial Geek says, you can't hear this, but I harmonized at home for a little bit. Well, thank you. Thank you for the support. I appreciate that. On a Tool note, have you seen Danny Carey play Pneumonia? Pneuma? Drum cam? Bro, insane. I've seen them live, and I've watched some footage of his drum cam on certain songs, but I don't remember what it was. Mark says, I've seen Oasis live twice. Oh, I'm so jealous. So jealous. First time amazing. Second time they were drunk as fuck. Not so good. I don't know any Slayer, Mike. I'll learn some, though. I'm sorry, man. George Clooney is the sexiest Batman, y'all. I get it. I'm just saying. Who's sexy? Who is it, then? Little shop of horrors, little shop. Oh, whatever. Oh, how are y'all doing? Man, we're having a good time tonight. Live Forever is my favorite, though. That song means a lot to me. Val is pretty sexy, and the first one to kick more than once in a movie. So, let's see. Get Mark to do an Oasis podcast. Maybe we can get attention to reunite Oasis. Crowdfund $2 million. Bob says, saw the trailer for Black Phone when I went to Halloween Kills this morning. That movie looks freaking dope. Yes, it does. Black Phone. I mentioned it on the weekly pop culture wrap-up, and I mentioned it on Dylan's Horror Show last night. If you haven't checked out this trailer, it's by Scott Derrickson, the guy who did Sinister and Insidious, I believe. And I haven't seen those movies, but I did see Doctor Strange. But it's got Ethan Hawke in it, and he's like this child kidnapper and murderer. And he kidnaps this kid, and he winds up in this room, and there's this black phone there. It's disconnected, and it starts ringing, and he's talking to the ghosts of all the kids that have been murdered by this dude, this Ethan Hawke guy. And they're helping him learn how to escape, because they all have a little piece. Looks really freaking good. Kids are running around here. fucking in the bushes. Come on. Standing on the Shoulders of Giants is an amazing album. Heathen Chemistry is amazing too. My favorite though still is definitely Maybe. I'm not trying to be that guy, but it's just you can't recapture that, I don't think. But I love that. And then when you get the Familiar to Millions like concert, if you watch it like on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, and they open with that, and Liam just comes out and just there's something about Oasis. I fucking love Liam and Noel's attitude, man. I fucking love it. Whew. Kids are running around here, fucking in the bushes. Good night, DC Patrol. Would Keaton have made a better Joker than a Batman? No, but Jack Nicholson would have made a better Joker 10 years before. If that makes sense. All right, y'all. I'm not going to leave you waiting any longer. I'm going to do this spoiler-free, so don't have to worry about earmuffs or nothing, but it's time for the Wake Up, Smoke a Bowl, Watch a Movie. Actually, I had 2 of them today, but it doesn't matter. We're about to do a non-spoiler review. Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills. First of all, to get this out of the way, didn't really like the last Halloween film. I thought that they were giving too much credence to Michael's legend, having just the kills associated with him in the first film. I also felt like they were trying to retread ground that they had already covered in other films, say, in particular, Halloween H2O. But what do I think about Halloween Kills? I'll tell you this. I liked it better than the last one, but I still had some problems with it. So, like I said, no spoilers, but here's a spoiler. Michael didn't die at the end of the last one. He's back. He's back with a vengeance. They're taking Laurie Strode to the hospital with her daughter, with her granddaughter. So she spends most of the time there in the hospital. Michael is out killing again, and the kill count is definitely raised. And some of the kills are brutal, but I was led to believe that they would be incredibly brutal, and there would be like a shit ton of kills. I was kind of disappointed as far as that goes. But the violence was pretty awesome. I'll be honest with you. Like the kills themselves, every time one happened, I was on board with it. So basically what happens is you have the remainder of this town. They're finding out that Michael's still alive, and they gather up together, and they're going to go hunt Michael down while Laurie Strode's in damn, surgery and shit. And then you get a little bit of retcon to introduce a couple more other characters that had encounters with Michael in the original film. And so, first of all, right there, that dude right there, I thought he was Tommy. Tommy what? Tommy Doyle. But he's not. Tommy Doyle is played by Anthony Michael Hall in this movie, which is really weird. But Laurie, of course, she wakes up and she's like, I don't care if my stomach's been ripped apart. Like, I'm coming after him. And there's Anthony Michael Hall as Tommy Doyle. This is a weird bit. The one bit I don't like it. So there's this bit in the movie. I'm not spoiling nothing, but there's a bit in the movie about like mob mentality that they spend way too fucking much of Act 2 building up to into a really dumb kind of thing that I just, like, honestly, they did that in Halloween 2. They did it in Halloween 2. Anyway, then you get to the end of the film, and I rather liked the end of the film. It did give me a little bit of chills, but Michael's still there. And of course it's not over because it's going to end in a couple years when we get Halloween Ends. But all in all, I thought Halloween Kills was decent. I thought it was better than the first one. It's got some weird fucking stretches. All of the Michael stuff I kind of like. Laurie and her family, it's decent enough. All the kills were really solid, bloody, and brutal. I liked seeing some of the returning cast members from the previous movie and from other movies. But once again, I think they're just retreading things we've already seen. They're retreading stuff from Halloween 2. They're retreading stuff from Halloween 4. They're retreading stuff from Curse of Michael Myers. They're retreading stuff, once again, from H2O. And then they get into this mob mentality bit. Throws the whole fucking movies off the rails. This doesn't need to be 3 movies. It's got a solid enough ending, but at the same time, I don't know. There was something about it I didn't necessarily like. I would say that overall, I'll give it 3.5 you digs with no spoilers. What did you think of Halloween Kills? How many you digs do you give it out of 5? Jay says, is Michael a demon or something? No, he's the boogeyman. Simple as that, right? Evil Face Bat said, I loved it. Mike went to work on the whole town. Dude must have had more than 30 bodies. Yeah, it's probably something like that, yeah. Marco, talking about Batman again. Well, I watched the Val Kilmer documentary, and I support Val Kilmer so much after that. Definitely gave him more props for Batman. More props for Batman. Yeah, but it's really good. All right, John's saying something here that's making a lot of sense. John says, for your information, by the way, I hate it when people say that. That sounds so condescending, doesn't it? For your information. I know John didn't mean it that way. John says, by the way, that's the best. Oh, by the way, fun fact. That's a better way to put it. The new Halloween films were supposed to be 2 films. Only 1 film was greenlit. Then after the success, the producers greenlit 2 more films. This throws off the entire arc originally intended. I can feel that. I can feel that 100%, bruh. Like, I'll tell you this. I liked it better than the first one. I really did. And it did, in a way, shade up a little bit for me the last film, where I didn't really like it so much. I feel like I would have liked this film a lot more if they would just include some of the sequels, because then we have the idea of, like, this. You're trying to tell me, slight spoilers here, you're trying to tell me these people have been hanging out and drinking every single fucking Halloween for 40 fucking years because this dude killed 4 people? Come on. Hey, Jennifer from Comics Will Break Your Hearts here, station. Jennifer, did you watch Halloween Kills? What'd you think about it? Out of 5 you digs, what do you give it? You out there in the chat, let us know as well. So I know that Holshoe had said something earlier, but I know that you had liked it. John, out of 5 you digs, what do you give it? But I see what you're saying there. Like, knowing where they're probably going to go in the next film, tightening that up into 2 movies probably would have been better, but at the same time, trilogy's a trilogy, right? You forgot to mention the masks the victims were in the park were wearing is from Halloween 3. I love the Easter egg. Lots of Easter eggs, so that's cool. Bob says, I had more than a few problems with the flick, bro. I will give it 2.5 you digs. Mine's 3.5 because I did like the kills. I did like the music. There were certain elements of it that I liked a lot better than the previous one. But what I did not like was the entire hospital mob shit. Like, that just, what the fuck was that, bro? What the fuck was that? Like, they literally already did that. I did like the surprise appearance by Loomis, though. That's a slight spoiler, I guess. Blurpy says, for you digs, I got love movie where people screaming my name as they are getting murdered. Okay. Try and piece that together. Ronald, what's up, man? So I'm a great fan of the original Halloween film, and I have a feeling that Michael Myers is going to be killing 30 years from now in an old folks home with a wheel. 30 years from now, he'll be in his 90s. Philip says, I haven't seen it yet. Off tomorrow. I'll see it then. Hell yeah. Jennifer hasn't seen it yet either. Why wouldn't you play Tommy Doyle as the original Tommy Doyle? I like that guy. Yeah, or just bring back Paul fucking Rudd. Officially Unofficial Geek says, I haven't watched it yet, but my boyfriend gives it 4.5 you digs. John says, those kids in the Halloween 3 mask were also in the 2018 movie. They were. I do like how it feels kind of like Halloween 2, which Halloween 2 is not one of my favorite movies either. But I do like, for instance, how in Halloween 2, it is just more of the night he came home. I liked that feel here. I like the wave of news going across the town that he was back. It just seems like I don't know. There was something about it. John says they tried to get Paul Rudd, but they didn't. Paul Rudd's like, nah, I'm good. I'm Ant-Man now, bitches. David says, cash grab movies. I mean, every movie's a cash grab, right? Not every movie, you're right. Darth Timo says, I give it 3 you dig. Seems too much like OG Halloween 2 to me, but good to finally see it in the theater. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. All right, you let me know if you've seen Halloween Kills, what you thought about it. We're about to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to finish up our Horror Fest little bit here at Rockin Robbie Live where we're going through the Linnea Quigley films. We're going to be talking about Nightmare Sisters. We're going to be talking about the top 5 movies of 1996. A little bit of show and tell. And you never know what else is going to happen. I may sing an entire Blur song. You never fucking know. We'll be right back here. And on the last break, I was showing and playing, and I did last week, the entire Dylan's Horror Show theme. And so now we're going to play the entire PCP Movie Night Horror Fest theme. We'll be right back. And welcome back here to Pop Culture Philosophers. In particular, welcome to Rockin Robbie Live here on a Sunday night, talking about movies, pop culture, comics, and a whole lot more. Pomics. What the hell's a pomic? Yeah, pomic. Copyright that. We want a quarter every time someone says it. Yeah. You're still working on the station bit, right? Oh, we can't own station? Why can't we own station? Bill and Ted? Yeah, we took it from that. Fuck. All right. Never mind. Hey, what's up, everybody? Station! How are y'all doing? We've had a great show already. We were talking about Halloween Kills when we left, and I asked you if you had watched it to give me your rating. In a non-spoilery way, let's discuss it. And so, Hammer Time Holshoe, who is my partner here at PCP, co-founder, if you will, said 4 out of 5. Not my favorite, but I enjoyed it. Soundtrack is so good. I agree. The soundtrack is really good. The music is really good in this film. I liked it a lot. There are moments of it I liked it. I gave it a 3.5, so he gave it slightly above me. That makes more sense because, as John points out, he enjoyed the last Halloween film a lot more than me. John, are you going to join us for the PCP finale of Horror Fest when we do all of the Halloween movies, including the 2 from the new franchise, the 2 Rob Zombies, and all of the others? I hope so, because you're a big Halloween fan. So, heck yeah. Jay says, my favorite Blur song is Beetle Bum. It's a good song. It's a good song, bro. Hey, we got Steph here from Missing Link. What's up, brother? We got some cash grab debate here. See, how's the movie a cash grab? Nobody has ever like, gee, I'm going to make this movie, but I don't want to make money. I would say maybe some people do, but it's for the most part, it's not. Bob has a good definition, though. It's a cash grab when they use a well-known franchise that everyone loves and pump it with advertising promising more of what we love and then does not deliver on that promise. That's a cash grab. A cash grab for me is basically when they don't give a shit. Like, I wouldn't say that these Halloween films are cash grabs because I do feel like the people involved with David something Green and is it David Allen Green? David Allen Co. Anyway, I feel like the filmmakers have a passion that they're trying to do, but like Superman 3 and 4, that's cash grab. You know, Batman and Robin, that's cash grab. You know what I'm saying? So the theme for Friday the 13th Part 3 is where it's at. I really like that disco 80s theme. I want to see a big budget remake of Halloween 3. No, don't remake it. Just let it be. Let it be. Let it be. But we'll get to go back to that world when we do Into the Halloween verse. Just wait and see. My favorite Blur track is Tracy Jacks, says Mark. My favorite Blur track, Beetle Bum, is really close. Tracy Jacks is good too. But my favorite Blur song is This Is a Low. That's my favorite fucking one. This is a low, but it won't hurt you. Hey, what's up, Verno? You just missed the Halloween discussion. Damn, Verno was messaging me earlier. We were talking a little bit about the Halloween movie. David Gordon Green. Thank you, buddy. David Allen Green. What the fuck? Where did I come from that? Whatever. I want to check out Verno's video he did right before I went live because I haven't had a chance to check it out yet because I was watching the Cowboys game. By the way, real quick. How about them Cowboys? How about those Cowboys? Oh my God. But yeah, Verno, you missed it. You missed out on the the Halloween review. I gave it 3.5. I listed it all out. You'll get back to it. We talked a little bit. Yeah, it's the mob scene that really threw me off. Verno, out of 5 you digs, what do you give it? Bruh, you had Jelani on the show to talk Zombie 2? Fabio Frizzi, the damn music in that movie, Jesus. Verno says 3 you digs. I gave it 3.5. Fair enough. Now Blur is Gorillaz. Now Damon Albarn's lead singer of Blur. He's the lead singer of the Gorillaz. That's where you get that combination. Well, I love me some Zombie. Lucio Fulci. We covered it in Horror Fest last year. Fucking gnarly ass movie. I love it. Speaking of gnarly ass movies. So for the last few weeks, we've been going through Linnea Quigley's movies. She's got a lot of movies, but we've been going through some of her films because I'm meeting Linnea Quigley this weekend. We've talked about Graduation Day. We've talked about Sorority Babes and the Slime Ball, Sleazebaggle Rom, or whatever the fuck that's called. And last week, we talked about Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. Tonight, we're talking about a movie from 1988 called Nightmare Sisters. So Nightmare Sisters is a pretty gnarly movie. I love this movie. We were talking about it last night on Dylan's Horror Show at the end of the show. I was encouraging everybody to check it out, but to watch it alone, because I don't know what your partner thinks about these movies. But it stars Linnea Quigley, Michelle Bayer, and Brinky Stevens, three of the greatest scream queens of the 80s, all in one movie. And what's it about? It's about these sorority sisters, and they're nerds, man. They're like super nerds, right? So you got three very attractive women playing super nerdy characters. And they're so their sorority sisters are out of town. And so they call up the one chick that Linnea's character had dated one time, these nerds at this fraternity. So he brings his two friends, and it's going to be like a little double date between the nerds. You know what I'm saying? But of course, the frat bros of these three guys get in their way, and they're like, you can't leave the place because you're not cool enough to go there, blah, 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 blah. They wind up sneaking out anyway, and they go and have a good time with these three sorority babes, but they're nerds, right? So one of the things they do to have fun is they pull out this crystal ball that Brinky Stevens' character had gotten at a yard sale or a flea market or something, and they unleash this energy that overtakes these three nerdy sorority sisters and turns them into like super hot babes, right? And like literally the entire act 2 of this film, like all three of them are like topless. It's wild and it's fun, but that's why I said watch it alone, because I don't know what your situation is. But what happens is they get possessed not just by demons, but by succubi. That's right. So they are after these three nerds that the actual women that are possessed wind up trying to kill. But those three other fraternity guys, they come and take their places. So what happens is they get them all hot and bothered, and they start trying to, go down on them, and then they bite off their dick, and they turn to fucking dust. Like, that's what happens. They bite off their dicks, and they turn to fucking dust. Like, that's literally what happens in this movie, y'all. And it's fucking awesome. So then the three actual nerds show up. They get an exorcist. He comes in. He's like, oh, these are some succubi. You guys are in trouble. So they put them in a binding circle. And then they eventually, spoilers, get them released from this demonic succubus possession. And then everything is fine by the end of it. But if you like nudity, if you like ridiculous teenage comedy, if you like super B-list movies from the 80s, you got to check out Nightmare Sisters. I'll give this one 4 ya digs because it does exactly what it's trying to do. Bring out three incredibly, amazingly talented and hot scream queens, and they give us exactly what we want. They let them stretch out and do some comedic roles, which we don't typically get to see. And then, of course, they get to sex it up as well. It's got goofy effects. It's not really big on the effects whatsoever, but it is big on what it tries to deliver, and what it tries to deliver, it delivers. It's about these three nerdy chicks who get possessed by succubi and bite off people's dicks and turn them into ash. And it stars Linnea Quigley, and it's absolutely freaking amazing. I'll give this one 4 ya digs, because I got to give it better than Halloween Kills. Nightmare Sisters. Y'all need to check it out. If you haven't already, watch it alone. It's on Tubi. But yeah, there's my copy of Nightmare Sisters. If you want it physically, you can get it on Vinegar Syndrome. I got it with the slip. Without the slip, it's cool. You know, it's a nice little whatever. It's got, oh shit. Well, it's got the TV version. So they had to had to reshoot a bunch of shit because there was a TV version for USA, probably on USA Up All Night or Joe Bob or something. But they had to reshoot a bunch of shit because like literally all of Act 2, they're topless. But they go from super nerds to super hot, but they're dangerous. But I really like the film. I you know me, I'm a big Linnea Quigley fan. I'm going to meet Linnea Quigley this week. I cannot be more excited. If you've seen the movie, what do you think about it? What a transformation. You are right, bruh. Steph gives it a 2 out of 5. Albert gives Halloween Kills a 2 out of 5 as well. And John, speaking of Halloween 5 again, Cerebros gave it a 3. John says, Halloween Kills. I give them extra props because of their love for the Halloween franchise. A bunch of little things and references. You can tell they love the franchise. Absolutely. And here's the thing. I'm sure there are plenty of people that grew up watching the Halloween franchise that when H2O came out, they had problems with it because it discounted Jamie and all that kind of shit. And I feel that too. But like Halloween H2O was like my generation's Halloween. I guess that this is a new generation's Halloween. So I don't know. Whatever. 3 you digs. Bite Me and Dusted. Oh, they're lining up. Frankenhooker was a classic. Yeah, that's cool. Hey, Mark's out. Right, everyone. I am off. It's far too late as it is, but I was really enjoying the live show tonight. Thanks for Oasis, dude. Thank you for the super chat, brah. Just thank you for the friendship. Terry says, hey, Robbie, did you see the new Chucky show? It's good. Yeah, I actually liked the first episode. I thought it was good. I thought the kill was ridiculously dumb, but I was very invested in the characters and the story. Nightmare Sisters, y'all. Watch that film. If you like 80s horror and you like 80s scream queens, you're definitely going to like that movie, y'all. That brings us to the end of the Linnea Quigley appreciation because, like I said, we're off next week and we're off the week after, so no Rockin Robbie Lives for 2 weeks. But when we come back, we do have a Marvel in the 90s. And it's a special one. It's Wolverine related. Zip Pow Boom. It's a solid movie. I had to get the Vinegar Syndrome. I got this months and months ago. Months ago. There was Vinegar Syndrome. Has some wild ass movies. But this is directed by David DeCoteau, who also directed Creepazoids and, I believe, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. So 3 of these 4 movies were directed by the same guy, I believe. James says, I grew up in the 70s. The original Halloween was the best. I think most of us will agree that the original one's the best. Kit, I haven't seen Why the Last Man, so I can't tell you if it was good or not. But yes, they have already canceled it. It's not coming back, so you're never going to get to see the end of that story. I watched Halloween Kills earlier today. I give it an oof out of 10. Chicky Show was cool. What? Chicky Show? I don't know what you mean, JC. Chucky Show was cool. Hell yeah. FX may not have been the right channel for a show like that. No. At this point, you don't need it on... If you want your show to be successful, it's got to be on HBO Max. It's got to be on Netflix. It's got to be on Disney Plus, it seems. Oh, no problem, JC. Yeah, I liked Chucky. I thought the kill was stupid as fuck. It was the dumbest kill. But, like, everything else I really enjoyed. And like I said earlier, I was like, why do I care so much about these 14-year-olds and their journey? I don't want to be reminded of high school. Halloween Kills had a lot of good aspects, says Verno, but had no flow. Should have focused on Laurie instead of benching her till the sequel. Yeah. And the reveal of like what happened in the past, and there were moments that I think this could have really worked differently. Dawn of the Dead 70. Oh, I love Dawn of the Dead. Love Dawn of the Dead. We covered the entire Romero Dead franchise last year for Horror Fest. Tried too hard to be a sequel to 78 instead of sequel to 2018. Damn. Scathing, but true. Scathing, but true, one could say. All right, everybody, it's time to switch gears from Halloween and Nightmare Sisters, Linnea Quigley and such into just all movies. All movies. I liked how they made the dad and uncle the same dude so they can get him killed. But yeah. Also, Devin's like, I'll play two guys. And John reminds us, this is what happens when you stretch 2 films into 3. Yeah, you get a mob scene that doesn't make sense. It's weird. All right, it's time to switch gears and think of all films, not just horror, but all films. What are your favorite films in 1996? Top 5 right now. First up, honorable mentions: Sling Blade, Happy Gilmore, Swingers, Bottle Rocket, Long Kiss Goodnight, and Mars Attacks. So those are my 1996 honorable mentions. Hopefully I don't miss a movie tonight. But my number 5 is The Cable Guy. I still talk about this movie. I love it. Directed by Ben Stiller, starring Matthew Broderick and Jim Carrey. It's probably my favorite Jim Carrey movie. It's a little bit dark, but at the same time pretty fun. And The Cable Guy just holds the test of time for me. I cannot wait to revisit it soon one day. At number 4, I got Star Trek First Contact. This is my favorite Star Trek film outside of the original motion picture, but I love this movie. It's really fun. I was the Next Gen fan. I was the perfect age. I remember being in the theaters when I was like 15 years old, and Data goes, oh shit, and I lost my mind. This movie still holds up, and it's great. It's one of the better time travel movies and shows that Star Trek has done. At number 3, Scream. Come on. We got a new Scream coming up. I absolutely love Scream. I love the franchise, but this original movie by Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson, amazing dialogue, amazing writing, and a really great homage to horror films that came before and playing with the rules of the slasher film. We'll talk a lot more about Scream next year on Horror Fest when we do the entire franchise review. At number 2, I've got Trainspotting. Danny Boyle, come on. This is an incredibly exhilarating, captivating, compelling, and just a nice, punchy movie, right? It's got great bits of comedy. It's got a lot of drama. It's got amazing actors. It's about heroin addiction, but it's still very relatable. This movie's just absolutely amazing. And the soundtrack, come on, man. The soundtrack to this movie gave me a lust for life, if you know what I'm saying. And at number 1, it's Fargo. Come on. The Coen brothers Fargo dark comedy, crime noir with a really interesting twist being that it's a homespun murder story set in Minnesota or whatever. I absolutely love this movie. It still holds up to this day. The Coen brothers are some of my favorite filmmakers out there. Everything they do, I pay attention to it, and they usually don't let me down. So to recap, Best of 96, favorites of 96, honorable mentions: Sling Blade, Happy Gilmore, Swingers, Mars Attacks, Long Kiss Goodnight, and Bottle Rocket. But my number 5 is The Cable Guy. My number 4 is Star Trek First Contact. My number 3, Scream. Number 2, Trainspotting. And at number 1, Fargo. Those are my top 5 favorite movies of 1996. What are yours? So I'm curious to know, what are your favorites from 1996? Let's take a look what's going on. William says, 1996 films: Frighteners, Scream, Hellraiser Bloodline, 12 Monkeys, From Dusk Till Dawn. Nice. Ronald says, the year I graduated. Nice. I graduated in 99. James says, Sling Blade was the best. Zach says his number 1 is Mission Impossible. French fried taters. Phillips says, honorable mentions: Broken Arrow, Tremors 2, Primal Fear, and Daylight, A Time to Kill. But his top 5, Eraser, Dusk Till Dawn, Scream, Long Kiss Goodnight, Cable Guy. No DC sneak peek tonight. Didn't get a chance because my DC books didn't show up yet. First Contact, Station. Bob's internet's going out, so Station, Bob. JC says, I think I could go with Kingpin. The Frighteners was solid, and Biodome is a nostalgic one for me. I love Biodome. Hell yes, Steph. Danny Boyle. Officially Unofficial Geek says, First Contact is my favorite Star Trek. The moment of Data, Resistance is futile. Hell yeah. Kit says, Trainspotting, Dead Baby Scene. Yeah, that's a rough one, right? Mike, number 5, Twister, then The Rock, From Dusk Till Dawn, Independence Day, and Star Trek First Contact. Yeah, the baby on the ceiling is nightmare fuel. Cerebro says, Cable Guy, The Rock, Don't Be a Menace, and Scream. John says, Scream, Mars Attacks, Happy Gilmore, Bottle Rocket, Multiplicity. 62 Lefty Blue says, Kingpin, The Frighteners, Trainspotting, Pusher, and The Ghost in the Darkness, and Fargo. Paul says, Trainspotting, Biodome, Bottle Rocket, Frighteners, Fargo. And Zach says, Sling Blade, Independence Day, Fargo, Scream, Mission Impossible. And William says, 1996 Hong Kong films, Black Mass, The God of Cookery, How to Meet the Lucky Stars, Dr. Y, and Police Story 4. Station. Hell yeah. Good list, everybody. Good lists. I do want to remind everybody. Join me tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Central Time over at The Experience, link in the description below, when I'm joined by Rex and John from Dynamic Forces and Dynamite. They got some great books for sale. We went through them a little bit earlier. It's going to be fantastic. But right after that, 8 p.m. Central Time here on the show, join us with Joe Corallo for the winner of the Joe Corallo movie poll for Horror Fest. And it's Satan's Little Helper. I've watched it. It's worth it. Check it out. It's on YouTube. Friday night, 9 p.m. Central Time, The Howling. And then over at Dylan's Horror Show on Saturday, we got An American Werewolf in London. And do check out my top 10 video with Jim Mint Collectibles over at Jim Mint Collectibles that dropped this morning. Da-da-da-da-da-dum. JC says, oh, I forgot. Don't be a menace. Gotta change my answer. I saw that one like 100 times. Face Off is 97. Right? Pretty sure it's 97. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. Who knows? All right, it's time for show and tell. For show and tell, first thing we're going to do is open up this Creep Pop Walmart exclusive glows in the dark from Creep Show. Picked this up a few weeks ago, but I haven't opened it yet. But there it is in all of its glory. Look at that. Can't wait to see how it glows. I got the black light over there. I'll be turning it on. So that's really cool. Let's get the blister package back in the box. Get the blister package back in the box. All right, picked up these comics. I'm missing one of these. I'm missing Wildcats X-Men The Golden Age, but I did get X-Men Wildcats The Silver Age. Because it is a goal to get every single Wildcats comic. I have all of Volume 2 and 3. Working on Volume 1 and some of the miniseries. There is Wildcats, or X-Men Wildcats The Dark Age. These are a series of one-shots. And then there is X-Men Wildcats The Modern Age. And then I picked up this one because it was cheap, and it is one of the most ridiculous, most 90s covers out there. It's Rob Liefeld. This is, I think, the Glory Evangeline one-shot, but it's foil. It's so ridiculous. But look at that shiny goodness. It's ridiculous. Rob Liefeld art. It's ridiculous. All right, picked up this Mighty Marvel Masterworks of Mighty Thor Volume 1. So they're like digest size. A little bit bigger than digest of the classic Kirby stuff. A friend of mine rolled on through and gave me a late birthday present the other day. So Station Kiera. But Super Sentai. Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger. This is a manga that's based on the very first Super Sentai. So that's very thoughtful, and I'm excited to check that out. So there's that. Let's see what else. So I picked up these omnibuses, and I've already showed those off, so I'm not going to show them off again. But I did get Superman Man of Steel Volume 3, collecting the John Byrne era, which made me remember that I don't think I ever shared the fact that I had Volume 2, and of course, Volume 1. Now, everything that's in these I have, but I want these nice deluxe editions. But let me tell you something pisses me off. Look at the spines. Why they change fucking color from Volume 1? It's okay if you change it from Volume 1 to 2. Change it again to 3. Why are they the same for 2 and 3, but different for... That bothers me. That really bothers me, y'all. Really does. All right. Picked this up because my buddy John Hammertime Holshe was like, bro, it's only $69.99. Had to get it. Universal Classic Monsters. It's all 30 Universal Monster films, including the Abbott and Costello stuff. Individually cased. Beautiful. Look at all that. Beautiful. Had to get that. Had to get that. All right. And that's show and tell. Foil covers are badass. I agree. All right, now it's time for the final 9, going through the movie collection, the Blu-ray collection. We were in the Dracula films for the Hammer, so there we go. Taste the Blood of Dracula with Christopher Lee. Scars of Dracula. That's a Scream Factory release. And The Satanic Rites of Dracula, which was the first Christopher Lee Dracula film I ever watched, which is a weird stretch. There's my copy of Drag Me to Hell with The Slip. We covered that Sam Raimi movie on Dylan's Horror Show a couple weeks ago. There's my Dumbo with Slip. Dumbo. I love me some Disney movies. There's my copy of E.T. with Slip. Not that it matters. There's my copy of Edward Scissorhands. Then we got Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. And aside from the Universal Monsters there, the newest addition to the collection is next up, and it's Elvira's Haunted Hills. Just got it with the hard case slip. Looking forward to digging into this one because I've never seen this one. I've seen Mistress of the Dark, obviously, but I haven't seen that. So happy 40th anniversary, Elvira. So there you go. And that's the final 9, which brings us to the end of the show. Thank you all for being here. We've had a great time. John says, nice. Happy you bought that set. I did as well. Yeah, bro, I had to. I was like, I don't think it'll be this cheap again for a minute. Join me tomorrow night over at The Experience. Link in the description below, 5 p.m. Central Time. All you got to do is show up and throw a comment. You'll be entered to win a contest. And definitely check out the Comic Collectibles preview show, the newest episode I did on Friday. Drop a comment there to be entered into the contest in which I will announce the winner tomorrow night on the show. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time here on Pop Culture Philosophers, Satan's Little Helper with Joe Corallo. It's going to be a fun horror fest. And Horror Fest continues Friday, 9 p.m. Central Time with The Howling. And then American Werewolf in London over at Dylan's Horror Show. Check out my top 10 with Jim Mint. Collectibles, y'all have been the best. We really do appreciate it. Dipping out station. I had so much fun with you guys. Like I said, we're not going to be doing Rockin Robbie live tomorrow or next week or the week after. But when we come back, Marvel in the 90s, even though that says 80s. Station, y'all. Yo, what's up? We got Pressable Defects in the house. Station. If you're not subbed up to Pressable Defects, you definitely need to. Really great conversation over there. I want to give everybody a better look at this Universal Classic Monsters thing. So individually, there's the Dracula cover. And what's funny is that some of these movies repeat movies. Like this has House of Dracula and House of Frankenstein. So does this one. And it has it's so wild. I have so many movies now. Anyway, there's the Frankenstein cover. I love these covers. It's because they're also sold individually. There's the Mummy. The Wolfman. Phantom of the Opera. The one nitpick I have against this set is it doesn't have the original silent version with Lon Chaney Sr. Creature from the Black Lagoon. John, did you notice that it also has the 3D version of Revenge of the Creature? We got to check that out. The Invisible Man. And it comes with the same book that's in the other box set that I already have. But it doesn't have all the films. So that's pretty cool. All right. Right here, Cinnamon Toast Crunch with the toy inside. What the hell? They got toys inside these things? That's right. We talked about this last week. I talked about it on Dylan's Horror Show. I'm trying to get all of these. They're the cereal mascots from General Mills dressed up in Halloween costumes and the 3 cereal monsters. So far, I got Count Chocula. I got Buzz dressed as a bat. And I got Chip from Cookie Crisp dressed as a skeleton. Opened that one up last night. Now we're going to open this up. Some specially marked boxes of Cocoa Puffs, Lucky Charms, Trix, Cookie Crisp, Honey Nut Cheerios, and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. We're hoping to get something we haven't already gotten, and in particular, a rare one. And yes, I'm going to keep fucking buying these boxes of cereal. Who do we got? We got Cuckoo! Fucking yeah, as a mummy. It's one I have. So far, I haven't gotten one that I haven't fucking gotten yet. That's awesome. Come on. So it's the mascot from Cocoa Puffs. Damn, 17-7 Pittsburgh. J-Strick's happy. And he's dressed like a mummy. Yes! There it is. How fucking dope. That's 4 out of 9. And Mike did pull a Trix rabbit dressed as a superhero. So I'm sure I can get that off of him. It's going to be hard to get the Frankenberry and the Boo Berry. But now I'm after the Cinemoji and the Lucky. Damn, Cinemoji, a Lucky, Boo Berry. I just got 4 more to go, y'all. Whoo! Thank you for being here. Y'all the best. So it's Halloween time. That means caramel apples to me. And I love caramel apples, especially with like nuts on them. I know, these nuts, whatever. I've already had so many caramel apples this week. But the boss's wife picked me up this caramel apple cotton candy. Now, I'm not typically a cotton candy fan, but it's caramel apple flavor, and it was gifted to me. So I'm going to do a live taste test of some caramel apple cotton candy. Ugh. Damn, I can't get it open. Oh, there it is. Oh, there we go. Okay. Not really a cotton candy fan, but I do love caramel apple. It doesn't smell like anything. It's not as fluffy as if it was fresh. I don't need to try any more of that. Let me tell you what it tastes like. Why does it take me so long to eat cotton candy? Oh, Jesus. Just swallow it. Oh. All right. I didn't like that. One you dig. I appreciate the one you dig is for the gesture because this was a gift. And I love caramel apple. Let me tell you something. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like Jelly Belly's buttered popcorn flavor, which I fucking hate. And that's immediately what it made me think of. That was gross as shit. That was gross. All right. That was so nasty. All right, y'all have a good one.